Welcome to the Eastern Business Report on the Afrobeats this morning. I'm Nnamdi Obaya. Now, Lagos has long been regarded as the entertainment capital of Nigeria, with regional capitals in Jos and Enugu. But now, technology, media proliferation, and availability of production tools means that artists can now blossom and flourish everywhere, giving more credibility to the former regional capitals. So why, after all this, do artists continue running to Lagos? And what are the opportunities here that can keep them? To discuss all this now, we have producer, recording artist, and Afia Radio channel manager, Orji Wachuku. Good morning, Orji.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Well, I mean, having you here is having the best of all worlds, since you production, artist, management, PR, radio presentation. You've literally done the whole. So let me start from this, Igbo rap, the first Igbo rappers we knew in Lagos then, real Igbo rappers were based in Lagos. I remember that was Big Lo and Two Shots.
Yeah.
They were based in Lagos. Those were the first we knew, like, popular mainstream rappers in Lagos. Then Mr. Raw came around. But for me, before Mr. Raw, I think 2004-05, I was at Rhythm FM then, with the late big time of blessed memory, and on his show we had the Thoroughbreds. That was Ella Joe, the late Bielect of blessed memory, Dale Bliss, Amakari Chief Rocker, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And it was shocking to me that this kind, when I was listening to their music, like, these guys came from Enugu, like it was the dopest, hardest stuff I had.
There's a thing now people don't actually know. Enugu has been a hot city from time immemorial, right? Because, they put out the whole 042 as a code, and people don't really understand what that means. Just not a dial, a phone dial, right? It was a movement, it was a culture, it was a way of life for anybody that's coming from Enugu. I know Enugu is filled with universities and all that, so people troop in here to study. Whether good or bad, there was a time it was one of the, baddest school in the world, right? Because of cultism. So this is because of the influx of so many people from so many regions coming here to school. So that's hip hop. You know how hip hop is? Hip hop is a movement, sometimes could actually be violent.
Yeah.
Is the respect then, who owns it, who okay. So it was somehow aligning with the culture of what school is, people schooling and doing music, correlation of music and illegality. We all know that's apparently where
they tell people that HKs found the music. Still today.
Yeah.
The HKs we'll call it what it is.
But coming to what it is, when it comes to the entertainment industry in Enugu State, how it started, this whole Igbo rap movement, it's good we give honor to who honor is due. DJ Good Noise started this whole thing. He's a DJ, just like Jeku Heck. Back then in Bronx, right? He was chanting on, when he's DJing in clubs or house parties, chanting the hip hop and, MCing and DJing. That was how the movement started. And Sugar Hill took it over with the whole hip hop and all that chants and all that stuff on the record. That's how it was for DJ Good Noise. He was rapping then. Then people actually blew it out of proportion was Mr. Raw, then Nigga Raw, and Smarter Man. They were called the Hype MCs. So when you hear about Hype MC right now, it was the name of Mr. Raw and his colleague, Smarter Man. He stays in America now, I guess, by the way. So that's how that movement started. Before he now won the Star Trek, that gave him that film with Obodo, him and Clean the Drunk. This is how the movement started. Because we start hearing people like Dodge and Slow Dog. People don't even know, people of this time don't even know that Dodge and Slow Dog, they were a group, there was a deal, right? And whatever happened along the line, and they were strong right then and all that, and it didn't work out. It was Slow Dog doing his thing, and it's great that after all these years involved, he's still relevant in the game. So I keep asking him, how do you do it? He's like, man, I just blend it. Whatever the movement is, I just follow up, I follow suit and just, do what I have to do. So it's been a revolution right here in the eastern part of Nigeria when you talk about entertainment or music, and hip hop is a thing. So don't get it twisted why at this point in time, drill or trap is known for in Enugu State. Because my Afrobeats people are angry I was having a conversation with one of the artists yesterday. And why is that? Enugu, they say Enugu is known for drill music. So I was like, if you guys can't beat these people, join suit, join them up.
So this is my question. That thing of I look at everywhere where there's a drill style of rap. It usually comes out of particular areas.
Yeah.
I don't know where in Enugu, but I do know around Uwani and Asata. I was there one day. I think I was at a mechanic or something.
Yeah.
And there was this young girl, 6-7 years old, maybe going on an errand, and she was going all out drill, singing along to a song I didn't even know. Then she Shazam what she was rapping. And I was like, So the culture is very, very deep. We see the shows here in Enugu. People are into the culture, And this is now my big question. The biggest artists, Ilbliss, Fino, Jerick, Flavor, Nabania on top, even Mr. Raw, had to go to Lagos to make it big. During Fino's time, you had Chilaka,
Chilaka,
Spotnet, who was,
was him there backing Fino and Runtown.
So my question now is, where everybody's still running to Lagos, with all the things, with all the industries here, why is everybody still running to Lagos? And where are the Chilakas?
Okay.
Where are the new Chilakas?
They always have this conversation, and I get tired of having these debates.
So the reason I ask is because I see some events, the newer cats like Purple Boy, Denisi,
Cho,
they invite you for their events, and they're self-funding, self-promoting, self-running.
Why that style is possible at this point in time is because they had to, take the bull by the horn and do it themselves, right? And Jerick will tell you that he doesn't need a label at this point in time because he's already doing what a label can actually do for him. And thank God for the streaming platforms. If you get the numbers, you have the money. Spotify can actually pay up to like $5,000 for 1 million stream. Same thing with Tidal. Tidal can actually pay up to $15,000 for 1 million stream. And all that. Same thing with Apple Music, up to 5,000 to or thereabouts, right? So now they can make some of these monies for themselves because all you need to do is just find a way, just have a capital to fund your project, and boom, create your community. And when they're repping you and all that stuff, streaming and downloading and sharing your music, you're running up numbers, and the numbers you're running up are monies for you, right? So now they can do it themselves. Why people were running to Lagos? When you talk about Mr. Raw, it was Ifeanyi, Eastside Music, that championed that movement. You get MC Low, and I think there was time TJ was even meant to be part of or he was there at that point in time. So there are so many record label owners in the East who had a passion, but when it comes to halt is the funding of these labels. You can talk about people like Christopher Madubuko of Dome Records, Dome Records of yesteryears of what was his name again? Bionic, Sugar Boy, Waje we all know now, right? Was from Dome Records. There's Caruso. Caruso had the voice. They had the voice then. There are so many soldiers in it. If you get to around that, but then it was Extreme Records. That's where you can find Fino, Browntown. You get to Owani, Achalaut, and Gariki side. You get D-Town Records, Low D. That's where you see Flavor, Josim Pills. That's Zikora, who was Rock 9, by the way, and Wagaji, today. That's their group then, Josim Pills, right? So there were pockets of, if you get to Independence Loud, Veto Edge, God bless his soul, Obio. That was where you see people like Slow Dog, Dodge, Masai, Hype MC, the Late School Ike. That's another Fino's dog, right? So they were even Chiwike, resonance. They were recording them with the Cumes and all that, right? So in every pocket of, in anywhere in Enugu State, they had their team, the label, and people backing these people then. But the only problem then was funding, and still a problem today, because as of 2002, 2003, 2005, even up until 2013, 14, still having this argument of how do we get investors to come down here, and there are so many talents, raw talents. There was a time in Nigeria, right? If your song is not buzzing in the East, you've not made it. Something happened to Yemi Alade. She was in Lagos, and people were from calling her from here, like, Omo, I went to the East, though. Your song is like everywhere, Johnny. I knew how the song was recorded. How the first time she came to Enugu and Ogagus was like, go meet G-Son and everything you want. This dude can actually help you and do this thing. And boom, that was when she was promoting the song, birthday song, happy birthday song, whatever it was that he comes to the studio with a birthday cake. That's her concept then, promoting that record. I can remember her always with Tai Ali, his manager, right? Her manager and all that.
Yeah,
so that was that. Then that night, let's play, okay, after everything, around 10 p.m., 9 p.m., we just show down to the studio. Yemi was recording with Celeb Bobo, and they were making Johnny. That was that. Johnny played for the first time on air, and everybody's calling, hey, G, I could remember Gloria asking me for that song. That's Gloria Modi from Dream FM. Come on, for that people were asking that, this song is like, that was how the song became what it was. People were calling Yemi Alade, your song, the boss for this town, like, East, the whole East is, and not only her, so many artists had to come down from Lagos down to Enugu that have never been here before.
My guy, the J1 told me,
like,
and even I asked him, why are you going to do it?
Because people carry the culture here and represent it.
And the reason I asked him was because all the people that came down, I've had colleagues like Arthur at Silverbird, and the whole Thoroughbreds crew. And one recurring death now was Cosmo FM. Everybody kept saying Cosmo was it. And then when Cosmo went, it seemed like there was no radio station that was really all about
the urban radio
Enugu musicians, which without trying to brag too much, I think Afia is trying to fill that space
gaps,
now.
Yeah.
So now my question is, okay, now there's radio, Afia TV is in Enugu, the average Enugu guys, there are guys like Swiss Banks, High Vista, they're on DSTV now.
Yeah.
Day in, day out, every day. So my question now is, why are people still running to Lagos?
I don't think artists are running to Lagos like it was.
I asked because of Odumodu Black.
Odumodu Black.
He said I'm staying in Abuja. But
that's the best.
But in his own case, sorry to interrupt you. Is it? And I want to ask this question: is it that he knows that in Abuja there, he can throw Lagos ticket prices out and people will pay?
No,
maybe Enugu doesn't have the purchasing power that Lagos and Abuja has. Maybe so artists here cannot do shows and get the kind of revenue. Because Odumodu Black can get a reasonably sized Lagos show money in Abuja easily.
If, all thanks to Dr. Peter Mba, what he's doing in Enugu State, but if they could holistically look into entertainment in Enugu, so many people are hungry. These boys, these girls, they are hungry, right? They just need a snippet, just a little boost, the kind of revenue you're going to generate in this town, this small town. Because one, everybody comes to Enugu to relax and chill.
Yeah.
Give them entertainment. The reason why Odumodu Black can stay in Abuja and boast that, yes, man, it's good, I'm king here. I don't want to go to Lagos before they give me a show. They first of all count the video, Olamide, Whiskey and all that before they get to, but I'm king in Abuja, right? Because there are investors there too. People are ready to spend the money.
But here's my point. That's what I'm asking. Is it that Enugu does not have because the amount of clubs and bars in Enugu.
That's what they believe in.
No, but all these clubs and bars, they are automatic venues. Many of them even have the right size for frequent shows, like not really big, but very frequent shows. I don't see clubs or bars that have, okay, all respect to senior barman in terms of having residency, a resident band and artists. I know Casimaya sings there. So, I mean, I would not say nobody. Let me give credit where credit is due. Senior barman, I will have to, put aside because he's doing what I expect a lot of venue owners to be doing. There are a couple of others, I have to be honest. Grill Around Town.
Yeah.
Village Bistro. There are a couple of others, but it's not something that. But we know that by residency, when this artist knows that, like Asmaya, I have a salary from this place. Then you were talked about the pockets in Enugu. My question now is, all those pockets now, where are the small neighborhood shows?
Yeah.
Like in Lagos now, I always tell people, Portable was comfortable before he ever came to the island. In Lagos, you can be on the mainland. You'll be at Royal Admiral, you'll be at rumors. There are so many clubs and bars. You can have performances. It's one of the biggest shows in Lagos. Omo Better Concerts. Small Doctor. It's at Gege Township Stadium. It's not even on the island. And Lagos Island. So why is Enugu not doing? And then the next one, where are the Onsuka artists? Where are the Oji River artists? Why does everything have to be Enugu urban?
They're actually there. They all now apparently move from those areas and move into the town, right? Because here's the center. So, and they apparently feel that they are artists in Oji River. Excuse me. They are artists in Onsuka. Yesteryears, we know about all of them, right? So, but everybody moves to the center, and from here, they could actually build that synergy and have that boost. The only little pocket of shows you see in Enugu are these artists funded themselves. You can only wait for maybe there's a roadblock, or maybe a Casey and Iman decided to come and do show in Enugu, or there's a Fino Fest, or Jerick. It shouldn't be then so.
You now come as a warm-up act for the main.
They are like the way Afrobeats artists in Enugu are complaining that why is that Enugu state is all about drill, and that's what they know, drill and trap. Or like, if you can't be these people, join them. There's something sweet about this hip hop, though it has its own genre, right? I can remember when you can mix reggae and hip hop. You know how good that sounds, melodious, right? So they can actually they can build that synergy. Since you guys don't have the monies, because the problem here is the money. Because they always complain like these guys know what they do to make. As I said, there's a correlation between the hip hop, music, entertainment industry, and people washing their illegal monies.
Is it that right? Well, I mean, the HKs were fun, but the biggest point in the Enugu time when the Chilakas and co, they were funding into salary money.
So, yeah, salaries. The Chilakas, the Christopher Matt Book of Doom Records, Chilaka and Sputnet, by the way, the Obia of Vito Edge, the Keruzo. See, these guys had a passion. They could do what they could do at that point in time. You know, the Ifeanyi of the East Side.
I keep forgetting Eladio Thoroughbred because he was responsible for carrying everybody.
We're going to get to how Iblis, had to adopt that culture. And it actually helped the people from the East. Iblis kind of dousing his tune and mixing the Igbo.
The Oga Boss.
Yeah, so that actually gave that boost, by the way, up. Now getting Fino to Anamachikwan, and that was a monstrous hit, right? So we're going to get to that. But before then, these guys had the passion and they're funding the best they can. But right now, some of these young artists, they don't even want to be in a label. Why? Because they think they're making enough for themselves. There is a streaming platform that all they need to do is budget. If I'm going to use like 20 million, 10 million to push a single or an EP and run up the numbers, do playlisting and all that, I just need to run up the numbers and make my money back and a couple of other monies extra. But the problem now here is there are no shows that could, align with those. Assuming there were shows to back up all those things, they wouldn't complain. They can be in Enugu State here, like you have in the US. You can be in ATL Atlanta, making money, and nobody knows you in New York. You can be in New York making money, nobody knows you in the South. Yeah. So that's how it is, right? So that's how the entertainment industry is meant to be. If they're going to, we need here and still need people who really want to invest in entertainment, not just bars, hotels, and all that. Yes, it's good to have all those spaces, pocket of spaces to do these shows. But now bring the revenue to invest. Even the big brands and all that stuff. We keep complaining about not coming down here. Even though we consume a lot of oil, even more percentage of anything they're producing.
So let me bring this down because, this is Enugu. But I know that, originally, a lot of them grew up in Enugu. But I know that I think Mr. Raw, Rough Coin, a lot of them are from Abia.
Yeah, the Abia boys.
You have Abia boys.
Nick, a rugged man.
Then you have, I know, even though Jerick was here, but he's an Onitsha boy,
Zoro
is an Enugu boy, but grew up in Onitsha. He's the opposite of Jerick.
Yeah.
Jerick are kind of like, so what is the synergy? I think Jerick is the first guy now that has done back-to-back in the same year.
Yeah.
Shut down Oka, shut down Enugu. But who is going to shut down Aba? So my question, what's the synergy? I know Kola Boy when Abakaliki, when Kola Boy came. So what is the synergy of the Southeast itself as a location?
See, at this point in time, right, I think everything actually everything is broken down to people just doing their thing. I can remember then when we were in Enugu, we were hearing what's happening in Oka and Anambra. That was Bosalin and the signature. Bosalin is another tight MC. You know, there are misconception of Bosalin and Fino taking his concept and all that, blah, 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 but that's by the way. But Bosalin was the guy. Bosalin in Oka with the signature movement. There were guys in Imo State buzzing. There were guys in Abakaliki buzzing and all that stuff. There were guys in Abia. Then the connection too with Port Harcourt and all that. And all the way to Jos.
Yeah.
So this is synergy because these guys somehow have the same religion, you know, they pray to, they believe in. So they are aligning in that movement. But what actually happened right now is that people saw another light. These MCs, these artists, they saw another light. And that light is,
money.
I can just make money, find a way and get a capital. And even if I know how to rap or sing and I don't know, I will go in there and watch it. And that's what you're actually saying right now. Some of the people, that's why you hear some sounds. They have great producers and all that, but when the guy opens his mouth, you're just hearing gibberish, right? But that's by the way, you know, so they found another light. And that light is the streaming platform, the digital platform. I wouldn't say is spoiled the industry. No, he actually gave it credence, right? And also gave these guys opportunity to make money on their own. Because then, no matter what was happening, right, they were still rip-offs. These CEOs and all that, because definitely I'll tell you how it's my money I've been using to promote you and all that.
That was all unique to this. That was all over Nigeria.
These are
your biggest artists had that happen to them.
So these are I can remember when Flavor went to Alaba Market to fight the marketer at the Piri Market.
Everybody has flaws. Flavor, Timaya, P Square, everybody, MI has been reminiscents.
Now with all these experiences, these guys were like, oh, that's it. Do you know what? Oh, everything is there for me. Let's just go to HK and find a way and, you know, get box for myself.
So we've run out of time. So let me ask one final question.
Yeah.
We've run out of time. Just very briefly. You talked about people buzzing. Sometimes some people organically, like I know I was in Lagos when I heard Tidings of Blessed Memory, and I became a fan. From day one, he had me in
anything you want to give to Tidings, you have to call Ben Jams. Ben Jams really supported Tidings.
And I then we talk about Jerick. I'm like, I think the real point where we started saying Igbo drill was Tidings.
Tidings, yeah.
I think he was the point.
Tidings is sick.
It was crazy.
Tidings.
I was like, what's the bandia? Why is this guy normal? And he just, you know, so every
was
time.
An animal. There's another person people actually miss, you know, when it comes to trends of things. What was the name of this dude again? He's just someone like
MC too was another guy I love.
So now, my problem, I always say this, right? I think they did Hype MC bad. Hype was the guy. Hype will murder Smarter Man. Funny enough, when Hype was buzzing, Fino and all these guys come to open for him. But the dude was still in school then. Why? Raw could actually, you know what, put the boy on straight up. But the whole finish school first and all that stuff. But the boy finished school and what happened. Because assuming he was caught then, he could have been that fire too because he had it in him. I always feel bad. Hype is my guy, right? I always feel bad, like, dude, like, I'm not meant to be seeing you, I'm meant to be seeing you there. You have the flows, you have the energy, everything, but, you know, you were meant to be up there and all that. But the whole finish school got him to where he's at, by the way.
It's a choice, everybody. It's a choice because, I mean, school does guarantee you a future. So my question is, we had the Chilakas then move people. Is it not the job of the Flavors, the Finos, the Illblazes, and co now, who have created that bridge? Instead of having people run to Lagos, it's not up to them now to have a bridge so that the music can move without necessarily draining Enugu of all its best talents. Because if the producers and the best artists live here, it's almost as if Enugu Entertainment Century is a bush that gets burnt every season. Then you have to replant the next season.
I would say
with
this,
brand new
right?
talents.
This whole thing right now is all about choice and the kind of human you are, right? If you talk about Flavor, if you talk about Fino. Oh, Fino tried, yeah. You got a couple of guys on, from Ziggy and Ratzi, we signed up those boys there and all that stuff. Even when Chilaka had his contract with Quincy, it was Pino. He handed Quincy over, and whatever happened, all that stuff. They have their choices to make. If they want to, you wouldn't force them, right? So the only thing there is that let their conscience buy them. If they're doing the right thing, fine. If they think they don't want to, because Flavor will tell I don't want any problem, or I can feature you on a record, I can go sign for you and all that. But me having, ink on the dotted lines, I wouldn't, because he doesn't, Flavor is an easygoing guy, by the way. He doesn't love issues, mixing issues with anybody.
I wonder what happened that made him take that stance.
No, yeah,
a lot of things would have happened.
That is something I was talking to you about. The same experiences that happened yesteryears. These young cats they were watching, right? And so now they have the avenue to maybe go make their own funds to fund their projects and push it out there in the stream. TikTok doing their thing, running up numbers and getting those monies back and all that. Then they were like, what else am I waiting for anybody to come and help me? I should just help myself by myself, by the way. The only problem now is that the Afrobeats artists, the Purple Boys, they Zani them, they Makisha them, all these, all Cho and Co. Now, look, well, a couple of them could actually match up with these drill guys.
No, I mean,
but
I don't think Purple Boy will have an issue. I don't think Cho would have an issue.
They don't have an issue. They don't have
in terms of I think in terms of the fact that they I don't think their sound can get drowned out. Hey, look, even Chicago had Kanye West, and Chicago is Drill City.
Yeah.
But Kanye West and Common came from there. There will always be those guys.
But they keep complaining. That's why I keep telling them, just the synergy is enough for, it's meant to be rob me, I rob you, right, in this industry right here. And everybody's growing simultaneously.
Yes.
You can be doing your little shows. Look, the Purple Boy put it out with his...
I love his parties.
So the energy is 100. The only thing missing here is those investors, those money bags, to bring in those monies in this industry, right? If you bring in those monies in the industry, nobody's looking at, the only thing they go to Lagos to do, maybe they're looking for a better producer, or maybe they're looking for a better PR or now, platform to push their stuff, just to be visible for maybe a platform, for media platforms and all that stuff to push their crafts. But left for me, these guys are doing great. Afia TV is right here, and this is what the dream has been all these years. We need a TV. AIT came on board. I can remember we had a program then, Music Factory, the M Factory, I and Ikenna and all that. So our dream was that one day this is going to be the new MTV base or Channel O. But the tariff was so high. We're actually university students who got a passion for entertainment, and we're sponsoring these things on ourselves. I was presenting it then, and Kobe was a cinematographer, producer, and all that stuff. Ikenna there was, so I was just working hand in hand to make sure that we promote. Just to have AIT was here, so have the TV now. So why don't we use this platform? Well, that was when I met Coach. He's a marketer. Yeah. He was the marketing manager right then at AIT. Yeah, so that's how I met him. Coach met me. I was like, met me and Ikenna. When I try you, why don't you guys approach all these telecom companies to come and sponsor this thing? I was like, oh, fine and good. Went to them, by the way. Then what they said, first of all, you have to go to Lagos. I have to go and meet. And
even as media house, we suffer that you go to Lagos.
You go to Lagos, even the budgets we were asking for, the budget they gave to us to be doing little shows in Enugu. That's what we were asking for in one show. So, we couldn't, live up to expectation. And that's how it didn't die though.
I mean, we'll have to continue this conversation because we've well exceeded our time. We have to continue, but I won't go without saying, also giving props to the other people in the industry, our club owners, our hype men, big ups people like Lordell, Mark Swags, Party Animals. I mean, they have created an ecosystem.
That movement is
have music, you have events. They created their own event for their own show. Big ups to Dubi Cubana for supporting them and working with them.
Their backyard.
Yeah, I mean, because now
that's the synergy I'm talking about.
Lagos has noticed them.
Yes, I know. Like, it's not just Lagos. I have my friends. I have my friends in Germany.
When I say Lagos has noticed them, not people. My friend told me that I think the other day we were discussing it. So they had called me to tell me that they had already contacted them I'm like, oh, I should not be revealing this, but
But that's-
this
but
inside
that's
info I
what's
have
meant to
because
be.
I'm a
Insider.
No, because I'm an insider, I'm a media planner, so I
Yeah.
know. But the issue is, I was so proud when he said, he said it's like DJ Obi. I said, it's not like DJ Obi in Enugu. It is not like. He said, I said it is another thing entirely. Don't be like. I was so annoyed. Don't be. Stay tuned to 254 DSTV, 17 Go TV, and of course 748 Free TV. Till I see you 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a profitable business day. Bye for now.